What's going on, guys? HK Titan here with another Bloons video. And first things first, as always, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So in this video, we're going to continue along with our Advanced Challenge series. In my previous video, I went through and I showed you guys how to be happy 4th of July with double cash mode activated. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to beat it without double cash mode activated. Alright. So if you guys like me doing both ways, that way people who have double cash mode can see how to beat the map, and then people without double cash mode can see how to beat it in the next video, feel free to let me know in the comments. Or if you guys feel like the double cash mode is kind of like a unwanted video, I understand, but again, I just want to make sure that people who have double cash mode and people who don't have double cash mode are able to beat the advanced challenges just the same as everyone else. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing this kind of slow and kind of fast at the same time. I don't want to play it too fast where you guys miss out on something, so on certain rounds I'll keep it a little slow. So on this round specifically, I'm going to be playing it a little bit slower. I'll speed it up until they get towards the end, but we're going to be placing down our Striker Jones. So I want to make sure that you guys know where to place him, and if you guys are playing along, you guys can keep up. Alright, so as soon as we can afford the Striker Jones, we're going to go ahead and grab him and place him. And I'll show you the placement as soon as we can afford to buy him. Because as you can see on this round, we are getting lead balloons to come through. We want to make sure that we're able to pop those. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place it down right here. And now that we have Striker Jones, we can deal with any lead balloons that come through, which fortunately we only had 2 come through this round, no big deal. The next big round that we're going to need to worry about is round 22. Yes, round 22 is when we get a massive rush of purple balloons that's a little bit difficult to deal with, but we're able to deal with it no problem. We just need to make sure that we use Striker Jones's ability at the correct time. So I feel if you are gonna mess up while you're trying to do this challenge, round 23 is where you're gonna do it. And it's not gonna be on purpose because of course we don't want to fail. It's a little bit hard with the timing of using his ability. So I feel like that's where a lot of people may mess up. I know I've tried to record this video 4 times and I messed up on the precise timing of when we use his ability, if that makes sense. And it's an easy mistake to make, so don't feel bad if you guys accidentally mess it up. Don't get frustrated. Restart and do it again. Alright, so basically what we're doing now is we're saving up to get another Ninja Monkey on the field. Okay, so now we can afford one. We're going to go ahead and place him right here, giving him sightline into the crater to the right. There we go. Now we can speed things up again. Now we have Striker Jones's ability. In these early rounds, it really doesn't matter too much when we use it. Just if you start to get overrun with balloons, feel free to go ahead and pop the ability. But the biggest time when we're going to need his ability is round 22 again. So when it gets to round 22, if you guys are playing a little bit faster, make sure you slow it down. Alright. Going to speed things up a little bit, buying upgrades as we go, because right now there's not too much that we can do. Let's go ahead and pop his ability. As you can see, I got Ninja Discipline to start. We're going to go ahead and save up and get Seeking Shurikens next. Go ahead and pop his ability again, pop those end balloons there, take a little bit of pressure off of our Ninja Monkey in the back here. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop his ability. Taking care of some balloons back there. Slow her down a little bit. Making sure that we're paying attention to these these pink balloons towards the end here. If they got too far, we were going to go ahead and activate Striker Jones's ability, but fortunately they didn't get too far. So as soon as we can afford to buy cow traps, we're going to go ahead and buy those. So let's speed things up a little bit until we get there. Alright. Now that we have that upgrade, we are setting pretty fancy, as they say. Alright, keep things going. Alright, so round 16. Things a little slow. Wait until all the pink balloons are all busheled up. If we need to pop Striker Jones's ability, we can go ahead and do that, but fortunately we didn't need it. And slow things down a little bit again, in case we need to use Striker Jones's ability. We don't want to use it, like, we could use it off cooldown in previous rounds, but in these later rounds, when we start getting to like 18, 20, we want to keep things a little bit slower. That way if things start getting a little bit out of hand, we can go ahead and use his ability. Alright. So we don't need to use his ability, we're going to go ahead and speed things back up, finishing this round off. Then we're going to go ahead and start the next round. Slow things down a little bit, just in case we get a nice big rush of balloons to come through. Go ahead and pop his ability right now, finish off those early balloons. That way we have his ability ready again when the big rush of balloons make it to this last crater here, if they make it that far. Which I don't think they do. I've had it a couple of different ways so far. That's the thing about doing these advanced challenges, is that some of it's RNG, especially when you're working with the Ninja Monkey and Caltraps. Alright, we're going to go ahead and wait until we have a big bushel of black balloons over here. We're going to go ahead and pop his ability, that way he's able to damage them as soon as they come out. There we go. Dealt with them, no problem. Round 21 is going to be an easy round, we can go ahead and speed through this one. It's round 22 that we need to worry about, and that's the round that we're going to play extremely slow. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and play it slow. We're going to wait until the purple balloons make it a little bit further before we go ahead and activate his ability. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and activate it. There we go, now we dealt with all the purple balloons. No problem. We have one purple balloon in the back there, but our back Ninja Monkey is going to be able to take care of it. So this is going to be another round that we're going to play extremely slow. Now we're on round 23. We're getting close to when we're going to need to make sure that we sell our Ninja Monkey in the back. Alright. Let's go ahead and activate his ability. Pop all those lead balloons in the back, that we were able to deal with them, or our front Ninja Monkey is able to deal with them quickly. There we go. Doing perfectly fine so far. Yep, and we're going to be able to make it through this round, no problem. So the next round is where things are going to get a little bit complicated. This is where we have the camel lead balloon. So again, we're going to be playing this a little bit slow, because we want this Ninja Monkey in the back to start placing down a few Caltraps. Then we're going to sell him, and then basically buy flash bombs as soon as we sell him. So we're going to play it a little slow, let him get around, or make a couple of loops through here. Keeping it up, as soon as he gets towards this back corner here, we're going to go ahead and sell him and buy flash bombs. There we go, now we have a few Caltraps down. And our Ninja Monkey should be popping him as soon as he comes out. Now again, the reason why I waited so long to sell this back Ninja Monkey is because I wanted him to place down a couple of Caltraps, in case our front Ninja Monkey here took a little bit longer than we wanted to actually pop the lead balloon, and the black balloons that pop out made it through. We wanted to make sure that we had a little bit of defense in the very back. Alright, so now we are at this point, we can go ahead and start things up. Go ahead and pop his ability. Unfortunately, we only got one regen balloon in that. I wanted to get a couple. But again, no big deal. We're getting towards the easier rounds again. We're basically moving towards the light. Alright. Go ahead and wait until we pop these front ones. Wait until they get in a nice big bushel. Go ahead and pop his ability. There we go. Now as soon as we can afford it, we can go ahead and buy sharp shurikens, speed things up a little bit. We're going to go ahead and pop his ability. basically just saving up money so we can get another ninja monkey on the field. Right, there we go. Keeping things moving. Now we can afford another ninja monkey. We're going to go ahead and place him in the back here, making sure we have a little bit of coverage into this back crater here. Go ahead and get him ninja discipline. We want to get him upgraded relatively quickly. Alright, let's go ahead and get a few of these lead balloons in the crater here. Go ahead and pop his ability. That way we can start popping them as soon as they come out. Right, there we go. Perfect. Now we can start the next round. Let's go ahead and get him sharp shurikens and seeking shurikens. Things moving a little bit faster, but not too fast. We want to make sure that we're keeping track of where the balloons are. And I did not want our Striker Jones to target the very back balloons. I wanted him to target these front ones, take a little bit of pressure off of our ninja monkey up here in the front. Alright. Keep things slow. Let's go ahead and come over here, make sure he's targeting strong only. Go ahead and buy cow traps on him as well. And the reason we wanted to switch him to targeting strong, that way he's targeting all of these camo leads and he doesn't get caught up on these front balloons. Right, again we're just going to be playing this a little bit slower to make sure that we don't miss anything or mess something up. Alright, there we go, perfect. Go ahead and wait until they get a nice big bushel in the back there, and there we go. Exactly what we wanted. Now we're saving up to get double shot on our ninja monkey right here. Then we're going to save up to get sticky bombs on our front ninja monkey. That way we can deal with the reinforced Moab that comes through here in a few rounds. Right. We can now afford to buy double shots. We're going to go ahead and buy that, keeping things moving along here. Let's go ahead and pop his ability, pop that or get a little bit of damage on that ceramic balloon in the back. That way we don't end up letting anything get through, and we should be able to have it off cooldown here in just a couple of minutes and deal with any straggling balloons that may be left. Alright, we don't even need to use his ability. Again, this may play out differently on a case-to-case basis. Like I've had this map play a few different ways. I've had it to where the black balloons from the lead balloon, or from the first initial camo balloon, that made it all the way through, so I had to restart there, and that's why I started to keep the ninja monkey back here and I sold mid-round, and that's how I was able to pass that. But as you guys saw in this round, it really didn't make it that far, so it's kind of a little bit of RNG, as well as like popping Striker Jones's ability at the right time. Like if I would have popped it a little bit sooner there, we would have popped a lot more green balloons and we would have had it off a cooldown a little bit sooner. We can speed things up a little bit. The next round that we're basically saving up for is round 40. Round 40 is going to be a tough one to beat because we're going to have to deal with a reinforced Moab. Right. Shouldn't need Striker Jones's ability now because we do have sharp shurikens on him and double shot on him. Go ahead and pop his ability there, deal with a couple of the balloons that were towards the end here. Our ninja monkey did a great job in dealing with them, but again they did get a little far. Alright, let's keep things low. Whew. Yeah, those balloons are moving fast. We want to keep it a little bit slower here. Let's go ahead and get Striker Jones working on those back balloons. That way when they get up to our ninjas are able to deal with them a little bit easier. Alright, now we have ceramic balloons coming through. We're going to go ahead and wait until the ceramic balloons are together before we pop Striker Jones's ability. There we go. Stunning them in place with our ninja monkey, which is exactly what we wanted. So it is round 36. As soon as we can buy sticky bombs for our ninja monkey in the front, we're going to go ahead and do that. That way we don't have to worry about buying them in the future. Alright, paying close attention to all of these balloons and making sure that none try to sneak through. If we start getting a little bit overburdened, I'm going to go ahead and use Striker Jones's ability. Let's go ahead and start popping these back balloons over here. Doing just fine so far. Right, perfect, that's exactly what we wanted. Again, we have our Ninja Monkey in the back here targeting only strong, so he's doing a fantastic job in dealing with all of the lead balloons that are coming through, with a little bit of help from Striker Jones. Alright. Now we are setting perfectly fine. We're not going to be able to afford Balloon Jitsu by round 40, unfortunately. If we can, that'd be great. I think round 40 comes a little bit before we can afford it. Okay. I was like, if I have to place down a Ninja Monkey to deal with one solo balloon, I'm going to be a little bit upset, but we could just sell him as soon as we beat it down, so it's not that big a deal. Alright, so looks like we actually are going to be able to afford Balloon Jitsu by round 40. It's a little bit strange. I feel like I didn't... In my previous run through, I went ahead and I bought an upgrade, or I bought sharp shots for our Ninja Monkey in the back here, which may have messed up my money a little bit. Which, this is actually going to be a little bit better of a run through than my previous time beating it, so I'm actually quite happy about that. So we can go ahead and buy Balloon Jitsu on round 39, which is going to make round 40 easier. Go ahead and pop his ability, deal with a couple of these different balloons here. Right. So this is going to be a round that we're going to play semi-slow, waiting until we get Striker Jones's ability. We kind of want to pop it when the Moab gets to about this point here. That way it stuns it in place, and our Ninja Monkeys are able to do a little bit of work. There we go. Now we have a double stun on them. There we go. Perfect. A little bit closer, but we were able to deal with it in the end. So now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and buy an Ice Monkey and upgrade him into larger radius, refreeze, and then we're going to end up giving him Cryo Cannon as soon as we can afford it. Alright, let's keep things moving, but keep it kind of slow at the same time. Go ahead and do a lot of popping there towards that first crater. Perfect. Alright, as soon as we can buy Cryo Cannon, we're going to go ahead and purchase that, which should be here shortly. There we go, there's Cryo Cannon, which is exactly what we wanted. Now let's go ahead and get Enhanced Freeze, and we're going to end up getting Deep Freeze now. Now this was the last of the monkeys that we could buy. We could only buy 4, so if we did everything right, we should be able to deal with these next few rounds no problem. Again, we do want to play things a little bit slow, because if we do need to sell our Ice Monkey to buy a Ninja Monkey to place him in the back, we will. But fortunately, we didn't have to do that. Alright, let's go ahead and keep things moving. Again, we want to keep an eye on Striker Jones's ability. If we need to use it, we'll go ahead and use it. We're doing well so far. It's no big deal. We kind of want to wait until we have our Moab in sight. Go ahead and switch him back over to first. Dealing with any balloons that are in front of him now. Right, perfect. And our Striker Jones was able to carry us towards the end there. So again, it was a little bit shaky at points. One thing that you could do a little bit differently is, instead of buying a Ice Monkey and putting him towards the front, you can buy a Ninja Monkey and put him towards the back. That way any balloons that get a little bit further than we want, the Ninja Monkey in the back is able to deal with them. But we would lose that freeze ability with the Moabs, if you guys want to see the second part of a different strategy we can use on this map, feel free to let me know in the comments below. This is just one way of doing it. The other way is with 3 ninja monkeys opposed to the 2 ninja monkeys, Striker Jones, and the ice monkey. But again, that's only if you guys want to see that. This is just one way of completing this map. So again, if you guys like me doing the double cash mode and the normal mode, feel free to let me know in the comments below. If you guys don't like me doing the double cash mode, make sure you let me know. Last time I did it, I got mixed feedback. It was primarily likes on the video, but I did have 1 dislike, which is a little bit unfortunate, but at the same time the likes outweighed the dislikes, and that we ended up having a really good average view time there, so that's why I went ahead and did it the same way this time. That way I had a little bit more to work with. So now that you guys know how to beat the HOF, happy 4th of July. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to leave a like. Please feel free to subscribe. And as always, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one.